He went to his beloved Notre Dame for undergrad, went to Louisville for med school, and Virginia Commonwealth for residency program training. After that, he spent 10 years as medical director of TBI rehab at Hook Rehab in Indianapolis, then 6 years as medical director of TBI at Shepherd in Atlanta, and since the early part of this decade, he's been back at Louisville. He's a professor in the Department of Neurosurgery. He's the section chief of PM&R. He holds an endowed chair in stroke and brain injury rehab, and he's the director of the residency training program. In Darryl's copious free time, he has served multiple organizations in volunteer roles, including, of course, the Academy. I didn't really know Darryl much at all. Our clinical paths and other volunteer efforts didn't really overlap until I came on back on the board 3 years ago. And so I've gotten to know him very well professionally and personally as well. And just as an aside, if you give me $20, I won't have Karen tell Brenna how much busier you'll be in this next year. Yeah. But Brenna's sitting right there, so yeah, she might know. Darryl is very hardworking. He remembers everything. He has great insight into lots of different things. I've said before that I hope there's been some foundation this past year about things that might endure, and I feel terrific about Darryl taking over as president. So, Dr. Kaelin. This presidential medallion I wore a year ago when I was handed it to me by Warzowicz, and I haven't worn it since, but I'm wearing it now. But I think Kaelin might wear it to work every day. I'm just suspecting.
Well, thank you, Steve. I want to congratulate you as you have recently announced your retirement and as you transition from your presidency to past president on a tremendous career and an outstanding presidential year. You've really set a standard for all of us, and we appreciate all that you've done. I also want to thank you for your friendship and for your leadership. Not only this year, but over the years, and for everything that you've done for the specialty. So thank you, Steve. I know our time is running short, so I'll keep my comments brief. For those of you who know me, you know I like to talk, but I'll have my opportunity a year from now. So as I step into this new role, I am both honored and humbled. Humbled to follow in the steps of so many tremendous leaders of this organization, both recently and many of you who've been doing this for years out in the audience, particularly Steve, Greg, Kathy, Kurt, Alberto, all that I've had the pleasure of working on the board with and serving under their leadership and really learning from them, and I hope to be able to honor them with the work that we do this year. I'm also honored to work with a wonderful and talented physician volunteer group, both on the board and throughout the Academy, and a tremendous Academy staff, and a tremendous Academy CEO and Executive Director. As I sit here today, I'm reminded of the comments of our plenary speaker yesterday, who said that leadership is a combination of competency and of character. And so I certainly don't have all the competency skills that one would need in order to lead an organization as large and as significant as the American Academy of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation. But what I do have is a group of people that are surrounding me in the Board of Governors, in the CEO, and in the staff, who collectively together we're going to do great things this year, and I'm excited to take on that endeavor. I am blessed, however, to also think about the things that make up, I guess, my character, and I want to give you a chance to kind of get to know me just for a minute before we end this. And so whenever I interview someone else, I ask them a little bit about, who they think they are or how they describe themselves. And in doing that, I contemplated about the 3 words that I think best describe me. Those words would be loyalty, integrity, and passion. And so loyalty, I will say that if there's one word that describes me, it's loyalty. Once I'm on your team, I am going to be a great teammate. And I am going to work tooth and nail to help this organization and all of its members reach the goals that it has to do this year and going forward. Integrity. I am an honest person. I will always strive to do the right thing, but I also will be the first to admit when I'm wrong. And I think that level of humility is important in a leader, and I hope to emulate that. And passion. I think those of you who have gotten to know me know that I get very passionate about things, and I think it's very important in this leadership role that I channel that passion toward our vision of the specialty and toward aligning the mission of this organization and its new strategic plan toward accomplishing and bringing that vision to a reality for all of us. So we have a challenging year ahead. I'm looking forward to getting to work, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you next year in Orlando. Thank you.